everyone, my name is Daniel and I'm just a casual racer, and today I want to take an opportunity here to really showcase a brand new mod that I've been working on over at Historic Sim Studios. This is version 0.90 and it's available to all our early access members of our 1973 Matra Simca MS670, one of the GOATs, one of the greatest of all time race cars for endurance racing just in general. This car won 3 consecutive 24 hours of Le Mans. It won 15 races over 3 years, really 14 over 2 years. You know, it showed up to the 1972 24 hours of Le Mans, won its debut race. Then in 1973, it ran the entire season, dominating fashion to become the 1973 World Endurance Championship car for Matra. It also won the 24 hours a day of Le Mans that year with a 1-2 finish in dominant fashion. Then in 1974, once again, dominated the championship, winning another World Endurance Championship, and of course winning its third 24 Hours Le Mans. And the 1975 regulations finally caught up with it. So this is a 3 in a row, triple Le Mans winning race car, one of the greatest race cars of all time, and I'm just so excited to finally bring this to a set of course for everyone to enjoy. And I had to make a video, of course, just released yesterday, just released earlier today. Work around the outside here. You know, I'm in the back of the field. I know people always will say, hey, that's not always the most realistic thing. Sure, maybe not. But, you know, there's reasons. Maybe the Matras showed up in real life. They never raced right here in the 1973 Targa Florio, right? So perhaps this time they showed up, but they didn't qualify, they didn't practice, they wanted to save their cars, and they were just going to show up and do the best they can. Take it easy. And, you know, these cars, right, they were the class of the field in 1973. If they had actually shown up in force with 5 or 6 cars like we have here, they would have been the hands-on favorite to win this thing, even if they didn't run many laps. And so just from the sheer quantity of cars and the fact that it's the best car in the field. And so who knows what could have happened. And that's the great thing about sim racing, right? It's what could have been. The other great thing about sim racing, I can start in the back of the field and work my way through traffic, and we could come up with some crazy scenario like I just said, where they took care of the cars and they didn't do any practice, so that's why they're at the back of the field, you know. So we can come with reasons, and I can have a really fun time here racing through the field of cars. We fly past the Jide there. But you kind of take it kind of carefully. I don't want to screw something up and just end this, especially later in the lap. Work our way through the field. Got a couple cars ahead of us, a couple cars behind us. A lot of this is going to be moving through lap traffic quickly. There's a Matra up ahead near the front who gets out in the lead. Probably will run away with the win, but I'm optimistic that I'll be able to get a podium out of this thing. So, you know, 40 to 45 minutes for one lap. We're just doing one lap. It's still going to take us at least 40 minutes to get around this thing, probably a little bit more, to get around and finish the lap. So, long race ahead of me, at least for me. I don't do generally that long of videos. I aim for, you know, the 10-minute mark. If you've been following my channel at all, you'd know that. I think our tires are kind of nicely warmed up now. Definitely feeling a little bit more sticky. Does take a little while to warm up these tires. Got a new vintage early 1970s kind of endurance tire that I've created and put on these cars. It's the first, you know, but I do plan to do a few more 1973 cars. So, endurance cars, so this is definitely going to be on a few more cars, and it feels quite nice and good with this car. Really, this car's fantastic throughout. It's been fun at Le Mans where you got to really, you know, it almost hit 200 miles an hour on the Mulsanne. It can hit 200 if you're in a big draft, you know, kind of few cars. But it's also a lot of fun on tracks like this. It definitely seems, it's more of a stable car, although I mean, it's rear engine mounted, but the aero balance was a little bit more weighted backwards, you know, in the rear of the car. You know, I had about 145 kilograms of downforce at 100 miles an hour, roughly. You know, they don't have exact numbers, and it depends on the aero trim and stuff they had a particular race, but that's the estimates for this car, so that's what we have here. But it was also more shifted backwards. And then, of course, the weight on the car shifted backwards, which you'd think would help create more of an oversteer characteristic, but overall, it's just kind of a nicely balanced car. We're going to fly through the town here. This is just beautiful. Alblaz has done a fantastic job with the Targa Florio here. Oh, I need to... No. Slide it through that corner, Tokyo Drift style. All right, we're caught up to this gorgeous yellow Porsche here. To get behind my teammate. Can't lose him. He seems quite fast. Got a big AI spread, so I'm not sure what people have, but it's all the way from 84 to 92, I believe, in terms of the AI spread. So, and 92 is pretty quick with these Matras. The AI is pretty fast. At least it seems to be fast. Out of the hairpin, trying to avoid shifting down into first too many times. You know, more you shift, more likely to make a mistake or something like that. So, and this car's got enough oomph that it can dig out a second gear even when the RPMs drop a little bit. So, not too worried, but that hairpin, sometimes we'll need to get down into first and just lose too much time otherwise. There is definitely an element, though, if we are driving to survive. I don't know this track as well as some people. I mean, then from the Targa Florio is a beast. And there's people that memorize the Nürburgring, and then there's a very few people, but there are some that have memorized the Targa Florio, and that's an entire different level, right? You got, I don't know, it's like 47 kilometers or something like that. It might be a little more, 53 kilometers for the Targa Florio, and you got like, what, 13, 19, 13, I think, for the Nürburgring, Nordschleife. Someone's right behind me. That's not sure. Worried he's gonna end up sticking it up my inside or something. Or behind this Alpine now. The Porsche got past him. This is I'm not loving this situation right here. Look at that beautiful view off to the left. Alrighty. What we got? What do we got? What do we got? You know, we gotta have an opportunity here. Make a move. Matra, I think I am. Can't stay here all day, man. We gotta get by this car. He's up the inside. Get that move done. Here we go, move done. Catch back up to this Porsche here. Oh, this car feels so nice. Force feedback feels pretty good, nice and detailed. Nice balance on the strength, at least, you know, on my 8 Newton meter CSL DD. So hopefully all of you will enjoy it. Of course, always feel free to flood me. I'm sure there'll be little things people will identify that I haven't caught yet, or anyone on my team or testers, you know. Testing group hasn't caught, so if you guys notice anything, just, you know, provide some feedback. You can provide feedback in the bottom of this video. You can always, you know, if you're part of the Discord group, just provide feedback on the mod there. Here, you know, you'll be able to see all the channels and projects and feedback for the, you know, car development tracks and all that. So just, you know, provide the feedback in the car mod feedback development channel, and me and my team will get to it as soon as we can. In third gear here, faster part of the circuit appears. All right, got a little bit of traffic here. We're up into 12th. We definitely need to get by these cars. Down a second. What do we got? We got an Alpine. We got a couple of De Tomasos, I think. At least one De Tomaso and maybe two. Oh, that's another car. Is that another Jide, maybe? That is a Jide, actually. So De Tomaso on the left, Jide on the right, and then we got a Alpine ahead of us. All right. Up into 11th. Let's see. Oh, there goes the Matras. I already see working their way past both of them, and the other one's still stuck behind the Porsche. He needs to get a move on. I'm going to make my move here. Yep. Oh, to kiss the wall. Come on. Leave enough room. Still there. All right. Clear. There we go. A little ways to go for the next car, so it's an opportunity to maybe pull out a little bit on my fellow Matras. Don't love them pressuring me when I'm going through some of these corners. So need to be smart. Oversteer there. A little bit of counter steering. Don't want to push too hard, right? down kind of this other side of this hill. Work our way down. And this car has some speed through corners. It's quite glued, quite stable as well. Lower speeds is when it becomes a little bit, you know, dancy. Fancy. How do you want to put it? But certainly still a pretty easy to drive car, I would say, overall. Well, that was just me failing the braking zone. Now we have some damage to this car. Thankfully, I don't think it damaged the suspension. That would make this a nightmare. Alrighty. Nope. Hairpin's coming up here. Wall there. Shut this thing down. Ready for these hairpins. Another hairpin going to the right this time up here. Picking up some time on the cars ahead of us? I'm not sure. I'm just trying to keep this thing on the road. Getting into kind of my favorite part of the circuit coming up. Oh no! Ah! Alright, well, no worse for wear somehow. I do not know if I'm going to make it to the end of this lap. I'm already sweating a little bit on my end. Wrestling this thing. Ow! That was bad. And I damaged the suspension. And maybe equally damaged? I don't know. Really notice a major pull. I don't know why I just tubed this car into that wall there. Yeah. Goodness. Oh, now I got a pull. Come on. Not too bad, though. You're almost always turning, so it just means I gotta turn more to turn right, really. About where I'm at. Come on. Just drifting this thing off. Yeah, this... If you carry too much speed and you don't get the car turned in, it'll just carry across the road on you. Well, there ain't that much room for corrections here at Targa Florio anyways. We're catching up to a car here. We're in 9th, so this will be an opportunity for 8th here in a little bit. There we go, I see him. Another hairpin coming up. Might be a decent opportunity to pull the pass. I don't know. First, let's see. This is the Tomaso here. Oh my goodness, that was ugly. Yep. Pass. Go back around. Alrighty. Kind of a slower corner here. I want to catch myself one of these bollards. They look nasty. Red in my car, I think. Oop. Nope, that was great. Literally like pulling off the side road when you're going through the mountains and you're going too slow. It doesn't happen too often, except for one time I was in a truck whose transmission was failing, and so I had to keep pulling over to let people pass me. But yeah, that's what that felt like. I made the pass and I'm just like, there you go. Okie doke. Alrighty. This is beautiful. This course is beautiful. Come on. The thing about this Tomaso, it actually is reasonably quick. And unless we have somewhat of a straight, I think we got a little bit better brakes too. A little bit lighter, probably a little lighter. But ultimately, you know, horsepower, we're 450. Yes, maybe it's a little bit less, but it's still, you know, it's got the oomph. It's not like, you know, we're not maybe two times. I don't know what the percent quicker would be, but we're not enough like some of those other cars, the Giant and even the Porsche, where you're just so much faster you can just dust it. I would be curious actually if the Porsche in this section is similar speed to the Tomaso. I don't know. This could also be a higher AI, you know, that 92% or 91% driving this car too. Make it more of a challenge, you know. Yeah, he's doing a pretty good job here. Come on. Can't stay here all day behind it, though. Thought for a second. Then I had to put the brakes on hard and locked up the front tires. Up, feel that. Yeah, I have feet vibration motors in my pedals, so I can feel the flat spot. Now, just a little in my vibration motors every time the wheels go around. Alright, come on. Alright, there it is. Alright, don't screw it up this time. Still once again wanting to go deep, wanting to throw away the pass, but this time we get it done and we get it stuck. We're up into 8. That took forever. This is a sweaty deal, man. A little more to turn right than left right now. The damage has accumulated, so these right-handers are making me a little nervous. Alright. Down into first. Through this hairpin here. Who's behind me? Here, take a quick look. I don't know. No clue. What a circuit this is. You know, circuits measured in hundreds of corners per lap, right? Are another breed. Freeway here. Part of the circuit that differs quite a bit from even earlier versions. due to them putting that freeway in, so they had to change the circuit a bit. That last little kiss screwed up my steering even more than I thought it would. That's great. That's a tight one. Alright, come on. Oops, somebody's retired. Near the top here, we've been quite a climb here. There's a hairpin coming up. Looks like a really tight one. In the wall. Need to go up, up, up. Look at that drop off to the right here. Trying to shift up to third, and I'm just like, yeah, no, that's probably not the move. Stay down in second. If I reach my RPM, it's probably just safer at this point just to coast it, because it's gonna eventually have to slow down pretty quick. We haven't reached, we're in that really tight, twisty area, so we just have to, you know, get through it. Good car ahead of us. I guess we're slowly catching it. Got a car on our tail though. Matra teammate. That was terrible. Oh no, my suspension's really messed up now. There goes my teammate. Past the Porsche. They must have done the same thing as me. Slamming that wall. Oh, this is awful. My suspension's all mushy. I can't even look how much I have to turn to go right now. Oh, this is bad. Wow. We're gonna try to bring this thing home, though. That podium's at the table. Now we're up into 7th. The Matras has already passed us, though. I'm not too sure we'll catch them now, unless they really screw something up on their own. a little bit faster part of the circuit now. Oof. Yes. And we slide through that corner. I have to turn so much right to get this thing to turn right. Oh, we're so beat up. Oh my goodness. You're on a circuit this large, right? You can't just hit next lap around. This entire thing is the lap. So there's no repairs to easily be had, you know? You gotta really just survive it. Well. Alright, there he goes. I'm not sure how we're doing now. Come on. Alright, well now there's 2 Matras ahead of us. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm gonna keep soldiering on, but... Oh yeah, this is awful. Near undrivable, I guess. That's full lock. Barely make the corner. Man, I couldn't. Long races, not always the best at it. That truck's kind of a cool, clever point of interest. Alright, we're in another town here. Gorgeous. This side, don't believe last time I drove the Targa Florio had all these textures applied to this city yet, or at least not to this degree. This looks really, really nice. Another wall ride, another... kind of more quiet because I mostly would be thinking, oh, this is a lot of work. This is really hard. I don't think I need to keep saying that every corner. Ow. Oh, that's a post. That's a collisionable post. Alright, well, around on a roof, somehow we still keep going. Really meant that one. Really tight hairpin. Be interesting. This is gonna be really tricky to kind of get around something. If there's really that many left, though, or if there's any really tight hairpins left, though, we might be past them all. We're working our way back towards the coast and the long final. You can see the ocean out there in the distance. The long final straight be up here. I don't think quite that there, but you know we're probably two-thirds of the lap, 60% to I don't know, at least 60% of the lap. Oh no. Oh no. Oh wow. It's even worse now. Like, could it get worse? Yes. Yes, it could. Ah. Oh, come on, turn. Oh no. Alright. Okay, here we go. There we go. Got that. Use the clutch, dropped it, was able to get it to burn its tires out, spin us around, because we weren't going to do a 3-point turn there very easily. Alright, maybe that's how. Might be how I have to take a hairpin if I do run into it. Although, like I mentioned, I don't think I have any left. Ocean is getting closer. We might be pretty near the end of this mountain section. Who knows? Maybe I will complete this lap. I mean, you could imagine this car just like utterly demolished. Body panels falling off of the front, left, right. You're like, what happened? We survived, but at what cost? Remember I said, I was too optimistic at the start. I was like, I'll get a podium, hopefully. I'm just trying to finish this thing at this point. Thankfully, nobody's caught up to me other than the 2 Matra teammates that passed me. But yeah, it'd be pretty disappointing. Like, you destroyed the car and you didn't even finish in the points. Those points would have been top 6 back then, right? So top 6 got points, so finish 8th this would be pretty disappointing. I do wonder, this thing's got a beastie top end. I do wonder if we get on that long back straight and this thing can actually go straight. I don't know about that. But if it gets up to speed, and we can still go straight, who knows? We'll pick off another car. Or 2. End up in the points somehow. I think this is the city before the long straight. It's the coastal city. I think so. Oh! Why was that what did that? You know, of all the things I hit the curb. Around. Here. A little confused on where the turn was here. Alrighty. Nice. Wave at the ocean as we go by. No, I see cars catching us. Yeah, we're. Goodness. That actually hurt my hand in a weird position when we hit that wall. I don't dislocate my wrist. The 8mm wheelbase, really strong enough to break something, but if you get your wrist in a weird position, it could definitely dislocate a finger or potentially hurt. Nice if your wrist a little bit. I'm gonna drive because I'm having to turn the wheels so much back and forth. Crazy. A little awkward. Steering wheel. Alright, here we go. Okay, we're kind of going straight. I'm gonna hold the steering wheel around like this. 50 miles an hour. 60 miles an hour. Into top gear, 5th gear. Oh, we just blew our right front tire. That. That's an issue. Oh, is that because of how much steering I've been having to? I don't. Oh, or maybe the wheels bent out. That's probably it. Yeah, because when the wheels bent from the thing, so when we're going straight, it's scrubbing at an angle, so we blew the right front out. We're still got no right front tire. Going 170 miles an hour. Nuts. I can feel it bouncing off the ground, the wheel. This is thing. I think there's a turn here. Come on, gotta be nearing the end here, right? Maybe not. Back to another long straight for a bit. I want to finish this thing. When we made it this far, I want to finish it. Ocean to our right. Train. That's to our right as well, but I'm not. Can't turn left. Bang off the walls for a little bit. Cars behind us are catching us. I guess it doesn't matter too much. We're not in the points. On the wall again. Oh, here we are. This is, yeah, we're back at where we started for the starting grid. Just got a couple more corners. Here we go. More corners and we're there. Finish a mediocre 8th. But what a battle. Oh, no, not turning. And there we go. Finished in 8th in one of the most grueling races I've ever done. Let's see where we finished. Time was 40 minutes. Okay, all right. That's not as long as actually I was fearing. Massive gap up to the next. So we got 2 MS, so we got a double podium. So first and second, 1, 2. And then we got a so one of those was running with us, I believe. So they ran all the way up and I probably finished second. Yeah, 39 seconds back. So the leader, whoever he was, Henry, had a probably a pretty easy race. Bob definitely had to work for it. Jean-Pierre, he got past us, you know, relatively near the end. We were struggling with all our mechanical issues from me just bashing against the wall. So anyways, yeah. So that's the results of the race here. And then you got kind of the slower cars. Got Nissan, Pantera, Lola, Pantera. And, you know, some of the slower cars back here. So this car is fantastic. A lot more fun to drive before you beat the car to death. But yeah, really a lot of fun. Check it out over at Historic Sim Studios. Might show it off also in another venue, maybe for Saturday or something like that, a shorter track venue. Do some racing and stuff like that, a little more traditional setting. But thought, why not? I mean, it's just such a perfect pairing. 1973 Targa Florio with this car. What could have been if this car actually showed up at the one venue it skipped in 1973? How could that have gone? I think likely, you know, 1-2 finish. Not too unlikely, I don't think. So, alrighty, hope you enjoyed this video. Some of you, you know, you stuck with it. I'm sure a lot of you turned it off pretty quick. But for those of you that stuck with it all the way through the end, thanks so much for watching. But most of all, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week.